Hello, it's Grant here from Chillin Honey. Here's a couple of cutouts and removals I've completed on the Sunshine Coast for the month of December. Please enjoy. This was a small swarm that a customer at Spotlight rang to let me know about. Unfortunately, things didn't go to plan, and I dropped the bees onto the ground after cutting the branch. I then had to wait for the bees to march into the nuke box. This was another box that was successfully transferred to my quarantine apiary site. This job was a tree that had fallen down over a driveway in Palmwoods. Native bees and honeybees were found living side by side in the trunk. Both were removed successfully and later transported to my quarantine site. Just another job, doing another cutout of honeybees. Nice, just a couple of days before Chrissy. This cutout was at Bribie Island after flying home from a 13-hour night shift in the mines. The bees had entered the wall cavity again via a weep hole. Using my thermal camera, I was able to mark out the exact site of the colony and where to cut. Unfortunately, the first sheet of comb was attached to the gyprock and fell once removed. Some bees were seen behind the insulated sheeting, so it was cut and the bees were sucked up. The sheeting was then taped back together before the hole was repaired. The queen was not seen during the cutout, but found once the bees were introduced to the nuke at my breeding site. So this was another cutout that I was called to up in Watella on the Sunshine Coast. It's the fourth one for the month of December. The bees had moved in again through a weep hole under the window of the bedroom, and as usual I started this cutout by cutting the wall and finding the bees, and you'll see the bees had built nice little colony after only being in the wall for 2 weeks. The bees have mostly been removed from the wall, and now it's time to place the brood comb into frames. This comb is cut to size and rubber banded in. These frames, along with the bees from the wall, will be placed in a nuke box and moved to my quarantine site. The wall is cleaned of all excess wax and honey. Finally, the cutout is repaired, just to be plastered and painted. This cutout in Noosa was my final cutout for December on Christmas Eve. The bees were entering the roof cavity via a small gap just below the roof beams. The bees in this cutout were very quiet, and it allowed me to complete the job with only a few stings. Again, the bees and comb were removed and all excess wax and honey was cleared before the gyprock was replaced.